Morning and welcome to Wednesday morning Qigong, where we will get all the qi flowing through all the joints and appendages and release some overwhelming emotions. Let's just come into our shake and just a nice full body general shake. Not focusing on anything in specifically, just warming everything up. And then let's start to get a little bit more refined. So bring awareness into the feet, feeling a connection through the feet to whatever you're standing on, dropping down some roots into the earth. It's cultivating a sense of being connected and grounded to earth. Let's give all the little bones in the feet a little bit of a shake. And really connecting down through bubbling springs. So the point in the middle of the foot, just back behind the ball of the foot, a kidney one point, really opening up through bubbling springs, almost feeling like they're suction caps. You can feel them kind of squishing and connecting down into the earth. You need to adjust your stance to help that. Let's go for it. So just give the ankle joints a little bit of a shake. Getting all the fluid, warming up the fluid. And coming up to the knees, let's do the same up there. Give the kneecaps a bit of a shake. And I like to imagine these fluid-filled spaces and the fluid being really sort of glittery and chi-filled. Let's come up to the hips, all through that groin area, the quad, pull it, shake through there. And give the sacrum a shake at the back. Let's work our way up the spine into the lumbar spine. And then up into thoracic spine. Let's give all the ribs a little shake as well, breastbone at the front. And then dropping awareness into the hands. Let's give the hands a little bit of a shake. elbows, and upper arm joints, shoulder blades, collarbones. Coming up into the cervical spine. Jaw. And the face. All the bones of the face, just giving them a good shake. And the bones and the skull as well. Right, so let's just keep shaking for a little bit longer. We're going to just run gently through all of the organs. Going to just drop awareness down into the chest. Give the lungs a little bit of a shake. Give the heart. There we go, releasing, bit of a shake. Let's give the liver, right hand side, mostly on the right hand side, but it comes right across. Shake the liver. Come across to the left hand side, stomach and spleen. Do pancreas, center upper torso. Kidneys at the back. Let's do large and small intestine. And finally, reproductive organs. And then back to whole body awareness. And just letting that come to a gentle stop. And let's come to standing. Just noticing all of the sensations, all of the expressions of chi, so the tingling. It's quite a rush of chi when I stopped. Just noticing it all, particularly noticing what feels good. Again, while we stand for another minute, let's just really open up through the feet. Opening up through bubbling springs. Sense of being open to the flows through all of the meridians in the legs that come up into the body, but particularly kidney channel that opens up through the base of the feet. And you can see if you can connect with an image in your mind's eye of this chi flowing up from the earth into the feet and just streaming through the feet, clearing any stagnation, anything that might be causing any discomfort in the feet. Just streaming through the feet, and then it's going to stream through the ankles, same thing. Clearing the stagnation, moving anything out. And it streams up through the legs, into the knees, same thing. Clearing everything in its path. And you might like to visualize anything that's held, that's being released by this incredible stream of chi as a dark vapor leaving the body. So anything that's manifesting as pain or discomfort, seeing it leaving the body, and just keep watching this beautiful light-filled stream coming up through the legs, in through the qua, and it starts to stream up through the central channel, through all of the cells, all of the tissues, all of the organs and structures in the pelvis, streaming up through torso, into the upper chest, cleansing and clearing as it streams up. Brilliant light filling the body. Feet coming up through the hands, the wrists, arms, joining the stream that's moving through the torso up through the neck. Into the face and head and out through the crown of the head. Clear stream of chi. Let's connect with the reversed flow, so opening up through the crown of the head, visualizing a stream coming down from the heavens in through the crown of the head. Same thing, it's streaming through, vibrant, energized, light-filled stream of energy, moving down through the crown, into the skull and brain, and through the face, to the throat and neck. Cleansing and clearing as it moves through, moving down through the shoulders, coming into the arms, streaming through the arms, down to the hands and fingers, and then streaming down to earth from there. Back up to the shoulders and see it streaming down through the chest, through the lungs and the heart and all the tissues and structures and fluids, down into the belly, Down into the pelvis, the legs, through the knees, the lower legs, ankles and feet down into earth. Nice. Okay, let's let go of the standing posture, come back to a little bit of movement. Great, let's start to circle the wrists. Just a nice loose circling of the wrists. And as we do that, let's just imagine that the fingers are just gently moving through structures and the energy of the feet. And through the ankles. Through the knees. Let's come into groin area. Bringing into reproductive organs, just nice and gently. Working our way up into large and small intestines. Let's come into, let's come into kidneys at the back. Stomach and spleen on the left. Pancreas in the middle, so much releasing going on, and yawning and burping. So over the pancreas. Come into the liver. And gallbladder. Let's not forget the gallbladder. Come up into center of the chest, into the heart. Let's come into the lungs. Maybe we can do one at a time, whatever feels good. And let's come all the way up into the brain, the bone marrow of the head. Nice to give it a bit of a shake as well. So I'm just flicking my fingers through the chi, and then coming this way as well. Just clearing out anything in that foggy brain. Great. Let's just roll shoulders back a few times. Making the biggest circles we can make. Roll them forwards. Great, letting that go. Let's come down to the hips. So if I hand on my sacrum at the back, I'm just taking the whole pelvic bowl round in a circle. Let's take it the other way. And one more of those. Just letting that go. Let's bring knees together, hands on the knees, and just very gentle circles. If there's any pain, yeah, don't do it, or find a way to just slightly modify it. Just nice and gently through the knees. And then come around the other way. And letting that go. Let's just loosen up the ankle joints, standing on one foot, circling the other. Taking it around the other direction. Let's give it a nice little shake out the front. See if you can just gently shake the foot. Just releasing anything held in the foot. Take it out the side. Take it out the back. And let's do the same on the other side. So circling. And the other way. Have a shake out the front. Shake, oh, just make it a little bit longer. And shake out the side. And out the back. And both legs, a bit of a shake. Great, okay, let's just come into a sense of feet again, grounded into the earth. Open up through the soles of the feet, particularly through bubbling springs. And let's just very gently sort of turn and screw these thigh bones out a little bit. So really getting maximum connection through the feet, through the legs, up into the pelvis. And be really aware of this, the sense of alignment, the sense of flow through the legs. So just adjusting the pelvis to create even more sense of flow up through the legs into the pelvis. Great, and we're just going to gather fingertips over the feet and then open up, gather, open up, and encouraging the feet to really open and release. Let's also connect with bubbling springs as we do this. So opening up through bubbling springs, opening up through the feet. Really nice, wide, soft awareness, not overly focused in the hands or the feet. Have your awareness out into the field. Include the legs. You might start to feel some of the meridians in the legs moving, flowing. Gathering the fingertips, let's draw up through the feet, through the ankles, through the lower legs, through the knees, through the legs, into the groin area, into the pelvis. Just going to bring the hands closer together as we hit the pelvis, and then coming up to the diaphragm and the area of the liver, drawing up, releasing the hands, letting them float back down. Let's do that again. So gathering fingertips, taking your awareness down below the feet, and then slowly drawing up through the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, out through the thighs, through the groin, bringing the hands closer together as we come through the pelvis and up to the level of the liver. Hands open, float back down. We're going to do that again. So gathering below the feet, drawing up through the feet, through the ankles, lower legs, into the knees, slowly drawing up through the thighs, going into the pelvis. Hands come closer together as we move through the lower half of the torso, up into the liver. Let's float back down. The hands float up to the area of the qua, the groin. And let the hands follow the line of the groin and then open across. Coming in through the line of the groin, opening across. And holding the intention of just releasing and opening through this part of the body that can be unconsciously held and stopping the flow of chi through the meridians to the organs. Through it, stopping the flow of fluids. Holding the intention of open up and releasing to enable this clear flow. Letting your hands go as wide into the field as feels good. Maybe it feels more easy in your system just to come as wide as the pelvis. Maybe it's even wider than I'm coming. Just feel into what feels appropriate for your system and follow that. Next time the hands come into the pelvis, just going to pause there for a moment. Hands look in to the groin, into the qua. Soften the hands. Sink down through the feet. Let's be open to allowing any shifts through the feet, ankles, knees, and groin, or maybe even in your upper body. Seeing if you can get a visual connection to the flow of chi up and down the body. Bring the hands up to the level of the diaphragm. And here we're just going to do a few circles with the intention of moving any stagnation through the diaphragm, through this transverse structure that can be a place of holding, can be a place of slowing down the flow. Connect with the back of the body as well as the front of the body. Out to the sides, moving through the diaphragm. Do one more in this direction. We're going to gently change direction. Great, let's do one more in this direction. Bring the hands into the diaphragm. Let's align all the joints of the legs. You're feeling the connection through the feet into earth. Getting a visual on the flow. And softening to allow any shifts that need to happen. Let's gather the fingertips at bubbling springs in the feet again. Dropping awareness down into the earth, drawing up through the feet, ankles, through the lower limbs, through the knees, thighs, into the torso, drawing up through the torso, all the way up to the crown of the head. Opening the hands float back down. Gathering fingertips, drawing up through the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, Coming up through the thighs, into the groin, into all of tissues and structures, pelvis, up through the diaphragm, into the chest. Through the throat and neck, into the face, all the way up, through the brain, into the crown of the head, opening from there. And the hands float back down. Let's do that one more time. Dropping awareness below the feet, gathering the fingertips, drawing up through the feet, ankles, lower legs, into the knees, into the thighs, into the groin, coming up into the pelvis, through the diaphragm, into the chest, throat and neck, face, skull and brain, up to the crown, opening the hands, float back down. Scooping up under the feet, floating the hands up. Keep tracking them through the body as they come up, as they come down. Scooping under the feet, hands floating up, floating back down. Let's do that one more time. Scooping under the feet, tracking the hands through the legs, through the torso, nice and slowly. Float back down. And into our standing posture. And let's get a visual on the flow again. Seeing it as bright light that just fills the body, clears out any darkness. And let's take deep breath in and out. Letting go of the posture, coming back to movement.